translate to votes. Whether it's going to translate to votes, that is a subject of another day. We are going to maybe to have a candid discussion over it. But the truth of the matter is, the man is a student of political science, and he understands effective communication and the messaging, and he knows the right press. You know, when he talks that way, he tries to press those who are allied to President William Ruto. And I know they are going to have make derogatory statements and remarks that are going to ignite the other side of the political divide. So he is somebody who is actually trying to ignite, he's trying to catalyze our political temperature in the country so that he is not being seen as a weak opposition like what Kalonzo Musyoka is doing. Kalonzo is actually dead. He's nowhere. He's politically dead. You know, he's not able even to call for a press and condemn some of the atrocities that are happening in the country. You don't even understand whether we have a wiper leader. And in terms of seniority, Kalonzo becomes one of the most senior politicians in our country. But the way he runs his politics leaves us with a lot of question marks, because you see Rigathi Gachagua is becoming a very strong man, a man who was just elected in 2017 as a member of parliament for Madira and then became a deputy president. Today he has just formed a party which is hardly 1 month old and is trying to make roots even in Western Kenya. Majority are going to be friendly to political party of Rigathi Gachagua because Rigathi Gachagua knows the right button to press. And the moment he presses those buttons, look at the reaction from the deputy president. He's actually angered by those statements to an extent that he's saying to Eshimiane, Ama, we will deal with you. Now, that element of dealing with Rigathi Gachagua, that is what he is good at. Because he knows very well that if they send the police officers to go and arrest him, his supporters will come out gun blazing. And that is politics. That is why we are talking about him being a student of political science. He knows the right button to press. So that the other people are caught unaware. They only realize, and let me say this as I learned, because I need to give others mic. The biggest impediment to the political future of UDA, or the blunder that they did, was to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. It is a trauma that has been grappling with them. And they knew that impeaching Rigathi Gachagua was going to be a nightmare to their political journey of 2027 to 2027. They would have not hesitated. They would have not even tried. They would have hesitated to do it, and they would have not tried to do it. Because Uhuru is also a student of political science, but he was able to absorb William Ruto for a span of another 5 years during his last term. He had the provision because he did a handshake with Raila Odinga. He had all the powers and all the political capital to impeach William Ruto. But he knew that if he impeached William Ruto, and William Ruto is a shrewd politician, he was not going to govern the country in a more dignified manner. In fact, that was going to give Ruto even more mileage. So he decided to absorb him, but frustrate him within, not impeaching him. But the biggest blunder that William Ruto did was to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. I think the chickens have now come back to roast. I submit.
Thank you, Dr. Daniel, for that. Pinches, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I wanted to say something. Actually, Mr. Daniel made it very clear that as we submit one thing, we need to respect one another, and I've actually cut emotions down. I think, with due respect, Madam Host, Samuel is still wrong. President is the president of the entire country. He is a Kenyan, and all of us are under one president. I don't even acknowledge him to say he's his president, but let's treat the presidency with the decorum that it deserves. We might not be happy with the government as per your take, but in this platform, I know that dignity is always there. I'm wondering why, Shahid, you've not called Samuel to order that you should not refer the president as Mr. Lies. That's not correct, and I will not buy it with any explanation. Thank you.
Well, I think, Pinches, you might be right, but one thing you have to remember is that the president is a symbol of national unity, and also a public holder of an office of a public office holder, for that matter. So he might be castigated depending, as long as his rights are not violated. You know, there's William Ruto, who is the person, and then there's William Ruto, who is the president. So I don't know to what context was my brother Samuel was trying to base his point. But William Ruto as a person and William Ruto as a president, and then there is what is called the presidency, which constitutionally is occupied by the Right Honorable Dr. William Ruto, who is now the right office holder of that office. So when he says misaligned, it means the Constitution gives him the provision to describe the president as a liar on the basis of the past promises probably that he made, and he has not fulfilled those promises. I think when you say to Mr. Lies, I think it's a it could be a political statement for that matter. It is different when somebody says you are a fool or you are stupid, when you know crystal clear that you are not stupid. But when somebody says you are a liar and you hold a public office, then it means that person understands the way you have been governing a country, and based on the things that you promised the country and you have not delivered even half of them. So that in itself, probably somebody might say that you are Mr. Liar, which in my own view, I think even President William Ruto would not be having a problem with that. But if that would be an issue, then I would say that that would be unfortunate. And I don't know whether Samuel would apologize for that, so that we keep the conversation going. Thank you.
Yeah, Daniel, thank you very much for clearance. I think the arguer did not even get the point where I was coming from, because I said if he knows the Bible, he can tell us where Nehemiah built the wall of Jericho, because that is what his president said today in the church. Can you tell us which verse is that, Mr. Pinch?
Thank you. I think Daniel has said something. You've also said something. Unfortunately, you've not convinced me. Maybe host will make a clarity. If she takes your way, I respect. But with me, I'm not okay with that type of discipline that you are placing in this platform. Samuel Madhi is a very serious person in this platform, and he should be accorded the same discipline the rest are accorded. Thank you.
I think you didn't answer my question. Anyway, I don't want to dwell that, but I wanted to ask you.
Okay, I'm not engaging you. Let's move on. Let's
stop this back and forth thing, guys. We just need to be respectful. When we started, we said it is important that we respect the panel, but also not just the platform itself, but also we also need to respect each other. So in whatever context that you said that the president, the president said Nehemiah built, I don't know what. What did you mean by that, Samuel? Let's maybe just clarify a minute or so that we can continue. We have a topic here and other people are waiting to contribute.
Yes, Shahid, thank you very much. What I said
you say that Ruto is a liar.
Yeah. What I said, why I said that, because he's a liar. I repeat that again. He's a liar because the Bible, there's nowhere Nehemiah built a wall of Jericho. He built a wall, but it was not a wall of Jericho. And if he doesn't know, he was not supposed to mention something like that, because he's just lying. People who doesn't know about the Bible. That's what I said.
So are you okay with that?
Not other lies which has lied before.
It's okay, Samuel. You said he said Nehemiah built a wall of Jericho. You say you're a pastor. You said he lied because he never built the wall.
Yeah, Jericho did not.
That is the reason as to why he called him a liar. Are you okay with that?
Jericho was built by a man called King David. David was the one who built the wall of Jericho, not Nehemiah.
Okay, let's carry on. Thank you for the clarification for that. I mean, I hope Pinches you're okay with that. But again, let's be respectful. That's all I can say. We have a topic on the board, guys. Who is ready to go? Luya unachai sana. Are you okay?
Kuna mtu alikuwa ananipigia but nimemaliza. So wacha tu niseme vitu mbili. I don't know why people right now everything that Gachagua says it becomes a topic and people want to build a mountain over it because regarding I can say that his impeachment it might have affected him, but I think it has it has built a monster out of this guy because the guy's political career has grown into something different. It is still growing, and I want to say that right now, even in Mount Kenya, someone said that he regarding owns 80%. I don't think if it is 80, it's more than that because any person from Mount Kenya who will not vie on DCP will have a hard time to convince other people, like to convince the voters to vote for them, unless it's on Jubilee, and it will depend the relationship between Jubilee and DCP. Maybe that,
whatever happens when that time comes, lawyer, maybe we will discuss, or maybe we'll have a topic on that. But today we have specifically what they have talked, and I played the clip, guys.
Yes. I'm just going there. I'm just going there. So I was just saying that because and you know the government and people who are the pro-government people, like there are a lot of people who are scared of Rigathi, and they are using a lot of all means to tarnish his name. You know, the things that Rigathi is saying is not, they are not new things. We are not. It's not that the things that he's saying we are new to them. These things have been spoken by other people, and they have been all over. But now the problem is because people are scared of his growing political career, they want to make sure that, like, they want to tarnish his name. Like let me just give an example. When Sudi talked about penye wataiba kura, watajaza and all those things, no one said anything about it. Like, it was just okay. But when Rigathi said that if you rig 2007 will look like a Christmas, something like that. And you could see the uproar. You could see, like, everyone is castigating. Gachagua said this, Gachagua saying that, and you know, Gachagua even telling people that they should not, they should boycott people who the musicians who are attending government functions. He's right to say that. How many times have we been told to boycott Safaricom, to boycott I don't know what, and it was just okay. And you know, when even we are being told to boycott those things, there was no uproar because the people who are causing the uproar right now are the people who are being told that time that, okay, can you boycott this and this and this and this? Can you, I don't know, stop buying milk? I don't know, milk from where? And it was just okay. So please, let us not pretend as if this is new. Rigathi is a mountain kingpin and is trying to consolidate his base, is trying to pull his people together because 2027 he wants to have a say. And you know, the people of Mount Kenya, as much as some people may dislike them, I like them because those people, their unity and their strength has given them a lot. They have a lot of energy. They have a lot of power in the unit. And even you could see even last election, both as Mio and Kenya Kwanza, the deputies were from Mount Kenya. That is what Rigathi is trying to do, and there's nothing wrong about that. So let us stop castigating Rigathi. Let Rigathi do whatever he can do. The last time they said that he was only a Mount Kenya kingpin, when he went to Western and he was conquering Western, they felt jealous and they sent police to go and tear gas him. So there's no reason of doing this, of which hand, politics of which hand. Let us leave Rigathi, let him say, and you know, and if you have realized one thing, he has grown into something that he cannot be arrested. The things that Rigathi has said, some of them you can't even imagine. That like the last time he said that that the president is the one who is funding war in South Sudan. You know, I was so afraid. I thought he would be arrested the following day. But the funny thing, he has not been arrested because he has also grown. He's also someone he has gone into that stage of Raila Odinga, whereby whatever he does, he can't be arrested. So We are here, we will continue listening to Rigathi because he's telling us things that no one will ever tell us. And I want to say this, no politician will ever say what Rigathi is saying. So please, as I finish, let the government leave Rigathi alone. Let them play politics if it's politics, because we need to hear more. There's more that we have not been told about the 2022 election.
Yeah, Elder, I see you're not even finishing. As you finish.
I'm done.
Let me ask you this question. In our Kenyan constitution, we have the Article 36 that guarantees the freedom of association, right? So, do you think when you're saying that Gachagua was right, saying that putting, I mean, from, if I can put in my own words, but what I think you're saying is that he's trying to put Mount Kenya together. Do you think it is right for him? Because again, that is not what is enshrined in our constitution. These people, they are free to associate with anybody that they want. And you, Luya, you are in Western Kenya, and people in Western Kenya, I believe probably they are in different parties. Why would somebody come to dictate, do this, do that, don't go there, then if you don't do this, then we have to put you in this corner and all that. And I'm saying this, I know you is your probably somebody that you're supporting, but constitutionally, is it right for him to do that?
You know, Shahidi, it has reached a point whereby the government of the day, it has a lot of money. So it will take money to few people.
Is it? It was just a yes or no. Is it right to do that, especially something that we have freedom of association in our constitution, and you, because you're supporting this person, you want to support this person just because Mesema, we don't even care, whatever. And I had on the panel people saying that it is something that has been happening all the time. Are we going to normalize these things that constitutionally is not right? So is it right? Is it right for him to do what he's doing?
Constitutionally, Shahidi, it's not right. But you know what? It has reached a place whereby we can't allow few people to be benefiting on behalf of the rest. Like you come at a place, then you pick 2-3 individuals, then you fund them heavily so that they can protect your interest, while the rest who are many are suffering. So when we reach there now, some things, I don't know, but what Rigathi is trying to do, it is okay, because this government, where is this government taking us? The government is, the people, let me tell you, the people who are in government right now, they are filthy rich. And out here, people are very poor. The people who don't have money in this country, they don't have money completely. And the people who have money in this country, they have enough and enough and enough. So when we reach there, Shahidi, these few individuals, now they will be marked, because now what we need equality.
Luya, can I ask you something?
Yeah, on the same, Luya, I understand, and I asked a question specifically about the Gachagua, about Kindiki, the specific clip, and if you guys want me to play, I'll still play, but I also want you to tell me, what is this something that you're getting out of Kindiki's speech? I mean, in response to Gachagua.
No, Kindiki is William Ruto's, I don't know even if he's not even an assistant.
Did you hear the clip that I played?
Yes. And he has to say, Kindiki will say if anything, because he wants to please his boss. Because that's what he was sent. In fact, Shahidi, if you look at it, you'll find out that maybe even he was sent to say that. Because remember that Gachagua, when he was the DP, there was a day he complained that he was being criticized sometimes, that he did not respond to so and so. Like the last time he was in Kitale, I don't know if it was Kitale or Bungoma, there was a funeral. And when this senator for Kisii stood up and criticized the government about all those selling the airport, and Gachagua went silent, and someone called him from the government and abused him. So Kindiki is just doing what he's supposed to do, because that is what he was installed. Kindiki was not installed even to do anything, but just to be the president's kijana wa mkono.
Okay.
Luya, can I ask a question?
Yes, okay, Samuel, I'm giving you time, but as Samuel comes in, when we at this time whereby the temperatures, the political temperatures are high right now, mean like we
Joshua dio niki doreta karugano
Kohe tumwe na tumwe ndigigitenderithia ciothe guku makiandikire muno guku.
Yeah, ilikuwa maneno ambayo hayafai. Right now, at where we are as a country, it is not a time where we need to be kuropokwa tu maneno ya kuongea tu for the sake of saying, because you just don't know who will receive those words and watazibeba vipi ama watazitumia vipi. I'm so much interested, and I don't know if it is just me, but you guys will help me. Samuel, I'll still play this.
Okay, let me take the
between the lines, and especially for Gachagua and also
allow others also to do a
as number
presentation.
two.
Okay.
As number two.
All day.
As number two in the country. If Ruto is not here, then and then Kindiki, of course, will be number two. But again, I don't know. We need to call out for our leaders to be tolerant, especially with the kind of sentiments now on hizi cheche is not really good. It's not really good. As much as we are mwanasema mwamba ngoma uvuta kwake, tunavuta kwangu, Gachagua unavuta kwangu, Kindiki and all that, but I think we need to be sober and try to look between, see through the lines and see this as much as I'm supporting this person is not right, as much as I'm supporting this person is not right, so that at least we get to talk to our people and probably they need to calm down. And
you see, most if I would say this, you see the problem we have in our country as Kenya being a country, is that we have institutions that are supposed to be independent, and those institutions are acting under somebody's duress. Like, for example, an institution like National Cohesion and Integrated Commission should be able to call into account some of these people and what they have been doing in regards to the kind of aid that they spew and they pervade into our environment, that is really bringing a lot of political jitteries, and you find that they are not doing something meaningful that should touch on their function. Because you find, and if they are doing it under somebody's duress. And that is the reason as to why I have a problem with our governance structure. Because there are people who are allied to this government. They talk, what they spew is very toxic. You remember when the Gen Zs went on the streets. There's a member of parliament who is now allied to the government of Kenya. I think he was suspended from Wiper. Farah Mali, who is a very seasoned politician, at some point was a deputy speaker of the National Assembly, courtesy of ODM, said that if he was the head of state, he would kill, he would butcher literally 5,000 youth. The man has been walking very free. The man has not been arrested, has not been summoned, has not been called into account to explain why he made those pronouncements. Same applies to members of parliament like Oscar Sudi and Farouk Kibet, who is even a private citizen,
Are we discussing the topic, or are we discussing other topics in the topic?
Just hold on, Omwana. What we are trying to say is this. In a nutshell, when I'm trying to do a comparison analysis, that today you will say that we are not going to support based on the context of what Gachagua said today. But you will realize that somebody else from the government side, Omwana, will say the same thing and he will not be arrested or he will not be summoned. But when Gachagua says such a thing, people are on his neck. And this is the problem that I have with this government. That if you are applying the law, apply the law in both sides. Because the law has double swords.
And exactly, Dr. Daniel, that is why I say, why can't we have a voice of reason, in between? Why two wrongs cannot make a right? As much as this has been happening on the other side and the government has been overlooking that.
Exactly.
We need now to support Gachagua just because he has said something wrong and because the government has been overlooking the other side. Then now we need to be clapping for him. I think.
No. We are not supporting Gachagua. What we are saying is that the law applies to the government is supposed to apply the law for both sides. It is incumbent upon our security agencies to apply the law for both sides, either those who are allied to the government or those who are allied to the opposition, but not throwing or using, state agencies to manage politics of KRA, of criminal justice system, to manage our politics. If Gachagua said something that does not resonate well with the people as a public policy, then we said it is wrong because people have a right of freedom of association, and you cannot gag musicians or artists to want to associate with people they want to associate with. Equally, the government of Kenya should also condemn those who are within the government and would want to discipline those who are supporting the other side of the political divide. So if William Ruto's administration wants to come clear in a more dignified manner and bring sanity to our politics, then it needs to work very closely with independent institutions and ensure that the law is applied to all. Not only opposition are the ones suffering, but the people who are allied to government, like the Oscar Sudis of this country and the Faruqi Bets of this country and any other politician allied to UDA or Kenya Kwanza is not, brought into account to their atrocities or their behavior that they have decided to perpetuate. And that is what I'm trying to say. So let us not look at the side of the opposition other than also the government side. So let's treat them more equal. Thank you.
Okay, Shahid.
Yes, someone you wanted to say something.
Yes, please. Now, I just wanted to say that I think some of us, our mind is still very sober. And when we say something, we say what we mean it, and we mean what we say. When I say that Gachagua has done wrong, I didn't say in a wrong way. Is that because my assessment is that he's lying. And I will keep on saying that if you lie, I'll say that you're lying. Because Gachagua, when Mr. Ruto was going to Mulima a month ago, Gachagua himself, he said that the money is coming. And when you are given that money, you take it. But one thing I'll tell you, don't put in your account. Take that money, eat it, and you can go to hotel and eat that money and do anything, but don't put it in your account. So what is the difference between that money that he was talking about then and the money that the musicians are going to take now? So he's talking in double sword. He's talking in the same mouth. He's talking twice. He's talking two things at the same time. That's why I don't understand where he's standing. I don't get his stand as we are talking now. Yeah, that's only what I wanted just to add. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Who else needs a mic? For those who are on the panel, or
allow me say something regarding the submissions. I think we all agree that the sentiments that are happening aren't right, regardless of our affiliations. I just like the way Samuel started with that. For this case, Rigathi has went too low, and he has infringed the freedom of association that is clearly articulated in our constitution. On the same breath, while I was listening, the first submission from Dr. Daniel, he said that this one is in relation with an elected MP who associates with a different party. That one is making sense because there is political parties rules and regulations. But for this case, these are Kenyans, common Kenyans, who are entitled to opinions and decisions together with associations. They opted to engage the government or engage Kindiki in this matter. They are not denied to do that by any bit of the constitution as in relation to MPs who are guided by the political parties' rules and regulations. So I want to say this: we don't need to justify a wrong thing by describing what happened initially. In our submissions, I had somebody saying that it's not a new thing. Raila has been saying so. It should be noted that we don't justify a wrong thing by another wrong thing. Anyone who guides someone to boycott something, in my view, if you take that path again because of your political inclination, it is your opinion. But nobody should be forced to take an opinion, because in this sense, he told them that they either apologize or they are called off in terms of attending sessions, and even call off the customers in case they are invited in any bar or any restaurant for that matter. So my take is, this is wrong, and even better than just to justify that it is okay because it happened initially, then that is, we are not getting it right. That's my submission. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pinches. I see people are requesting and people are asking.
Shahidi, let me say this, that Pinches needs to understand.
Let me just talk first.
I'm just making a small clarification on one, then I'll give you the mic.
Let me talk to
as
the
long
people
as
from
you want.
comment section. Guys, tuache matusi. I'm muting a lot of people, and I'll at the end of the day, I'll still now block others because tunaanza matusi na it is not right. So mkiendelea na hiyo matusi kwa comment section, I'll just mute you or maybe block you. Kwa wale wenye kwa guess you want to come up, you're not tapping. How do you expect me to drop somebody like Omwana has tapped 10,000? Wewe hauna tap, uko na zero. Ayuko kwa comment section una request nikupandisha. How do I up you? Nimwangusha yeye na tap 10,000. So it is you. If you're not tapping, I can't bring you up. Wale wenye wanatap wacha wakae hapo juu waongee.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a clarification, just a little clarification to Pinches. That Pinches, there's what is called political statement against moral statement. Now, moral statement comes about when you foul towards somebody you believe is going to infringe somebody's right on the basis of the affiliation that they are allied to, or on our day-to-day activity or social life. But political statements are purely designed to send a message to the people who are to listen to it. Now, it is incumbent upon you to absorb whatever somebody is, as long as it does not cause violence to the other opponent, as long as it does not cause violence or it does not affect the other person violently. So I think let us separate the two, because constitutionally you can call it as a moral statement, but politically Gachagua is talking to his supporters. Me, I can decide to absorb it and say, okay, just like the way Raila Odinga was talking to his supporters, boycott Brookside, that was a political statement, but morally that is wrong. So it is incumbent upon you and me who understand what business is all about. Would you sit pretty well in your house and boycott Brookside? But sycophants or fanatics will boycott. Thank you.
Thank you, Mwana.
Okay, thank you so much. The first thing that people should know that influencers, musicians, they are not employed by the government, or they are not employed by politicians. They are employed by their fans, whereby their fan base was not their fan base they built by themselves. They never built by the help of politicians, whereby a politician can stand in a podium and start fighting them after working so hard to build that kind of relationship with their fans. It doesn't sound well with a person who is planning or who wants to lead a country or wants to lead a region. You cannot lead people. You cannot be fighting to climb up the ladder by fighting people who are already on the ladder. You cannot, because these people, you never built them. They built themselves. Somebody like Samido built himself. Gachagua never built him. apart from that, somebody like Karangu Muraya has been helping people without even the help of the politicians. He has been helping people through the help of his own funds. So somebody coming up fighting somebody like this who has been helping people out there without even the assistance of the politicians, it sounds bitter, it sounds very awkward. So you cannot be saying that you are playing politics with somebody who is not playing politics. Somebody Karangu Muraya is not vying. Samido is not vying for any political seat. Those people, they just met one of their leaders from the region. We should not make somebody get up to the point whereby standing in the podium telling them to ask for forgiveness. How can you dare ask people to ask for forgiveness whereby he himself talks some retrogressive words that it can bring country to its knees? He has never asked for forgiveness. Which sin did these musicians do that guarantees them to ask for forgiveness? That is the question that we should be asking ourselves. Let musicians be, and let politicians do their work. Fighting musicians or the influencers won't give somebody votes. Votes are being asked through in a very good way, not through just stamping or behaving like a dictator. Dictatorship never works whenever somebody is looking for votes. Where was Gachagua when the team of the same people of Ben Githai and Samido who are supporting the team Azimio? Why didn't he call them out and telling them that nobody should go into the joints that they are entertaining? He kept quiet because he knew that if he talks badly, there's nothing that people will see him in a wrong way. So right now he's shooting himself, telling people that with me, if you give me, I'll be the one who will be giving the nation. Even if I say that you are not going out, you'll not go out. It is high time for him to know that people, you can control people, but by the time they realize that you are using them, they'll give you their back. And for them to come back to you, you'll have to fight harder. You will be asking yourself, why are they running away? No, they're running away because of the words or the sentiments the public sentiments that you are making. They are retrogressive, they are not helpful, and they are not healthy into the ears of the people and into the ears of those people who are thinking of joining you. As you listen to that today, when one of the senators from John Yuto, Muranga senator, who told the people who have joined the party that know that you're worshipping Gachagua for you to be elected. How can you be reached at a point whereby you worship a person for you to get elected? I submit.
Thank you, Munafu.
Can I ask some questions?
You're asking questions to who?
I'm asking even Omwana and there's another, and even Samuel. I just want to ask this question, and even you, Shahid, you have said that there's a freedom of association and the freedom of all these things that you have talked about. But okay, during the finance bill, I think we were so much against influencers who were supporting it because they were supporting a wrong thing. Do you people mean that you are infringing their freedom of association and all those things? Because sometimes I feel like this freedom sometimes it leads us to it makes bad leaders, because a bad leader comes, takes few influencers, gives them money, and they come and they eat on behalf of many. That's where my problem is. As much as you are telling us about all these things, like where does it stand? Are we allowed to leave these influencers to support the finance bill so that it can pass? Where would we be now if it went through? I want Samuel, I want even Omwana to answer me, because you are talking about this freedom and everything. Can you please answer me?
whatever you're talking about, I don't know. Okay, Samuel, let me just give you time. But let me say this. If you're saying that we allowed influencers, I don't remember where we were on whatever forum that we were with you, that we allowed influencers to do that. We didn't have any kind of discussion. And even last year, Shahidi TV platform was not even existing. So I don't know where you're saying we were to allow the influencers to do whatever they were doing. Shahidi TV is only a month or 2 months old here on TikTok.
No,
So I don't know.
it's not a specific question to Shahidi. It is something, just a question that was that Kenyans were against influencers who were supporting the finance bill. And because they were supporting the wrong thing. So were they just supposed? I'm not even pointing it to Shahid. It's just a general question that anyone can answer.
No, you say specifically.
Answer you.
I answered kama mimi. Samuel answer your swali yenye alisijua amekuuliza pia the same question or whatever, I don't know.
Yenyewe sijaelewa Luya venye unamaanisha, but if I understand maybe what you are trying to ask is about Gachagua, that to warn those guys who are loitering up and down, which is, number one, is not right. Kwangu, is the tone. The tone that the Gachagua as a leader used is not right. But also, those people who are loitering, jumping from one place to another, ni kama vile magonjwa mingi inaambukizwa kwa ajili ya vitu kama hiyo. Yani unaruka kutoka one place to another, from that place to another. Kwa hivyo unaenda unachukua disease from one. It's like the mosquito. If mosquito come and bite you and you have malaria, it will go and bite somebody else and inamwambukiza. Kwa hivyo nafikiri Gachagua kusema kwamba waache kurukaruka venye wanarukaruka, stick one place. Kama unataka kuwa kwa serikali, ukae kwa serikali. Wacha kwa ajili unaruka kwa Gachagua, unachukua maneno unapeleka kwa serikali, unatoa kwa serikali unarudisha kwa Gachagua. So in that context, it is right. Gachagua said right. But also when he start commanding that sitakupea role ya chama kama wewe unaenda kwa Ruto. Sasa hiyo ni dictatorship, because I have a right to choose where I want to be. I think in one way he was right, and in another way in the other way he was not right, because his words zinatakiwa kwanza kuangaliwa sana kwa jinsi zina nguvu, ziko na nguvu.
Samuel.
Yeah.
Samuel.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this.
No, Luya, we are not going back and forth.
Yeah, utakuwa unauliza swali. Wacha mimi mjibu.
No, Luya, we are not doing that. No. I have people who are guests who wanataka kupanda. We are not going to do that back and forth.
Just allow me to give him clear feedback. I have very clear feedback for him. That question itself.
Mwana, who is when umeuliza swali ama mwana ndiye ameulizwa?
Mimi niliuliza swali.
Okay.
Wewe umeuliza nani?
Mimi Luya Elder alikuwa ameniuliza swali.
Okay, carry on.
Unajua last year tulikuwa na wanamuziki wengi sana ambao walikuwa against finance bill. Tulikuwa na influencers wengi ambao walikuwa against finance bill, and it was sasa Luya Elder kusema kulikuwa na influencers itakwamba walikuwa wanafanya hivi na hivi, hiyo nayo ni uongo. Tulikuwa na influencers wengi hata walionekana kwa barabara. Wanamuziki walionekana wengi kwa barabara. Even this creative, wala wa creative industry, wala ambao wa dramas dini na nini vitu kama hizo, walikuwa kwa barabara. So saying that walikuwa influencers walichukuliwa ku support finance bill, sijui hiyo ilikuwa wapi, hiyo ziu umetoana nayo wapi? Luya Elder, hiyo ni yako.
Nani mwana, there's this guy, this brown guy anaitwanga nani hivi, brown. He was supporting the finance bill. People started following.
Guys, allow me, guys. I know you want to go to finance bill and whatever transpired. We have a topic today. Please, I give you guys time to do whatever you have to. Don't love, just give me a minute. I'm coming back to you. But I think Pinches, you hit something burning. Let me give it to Pinches and then we come to Douglas.
I had a very clear feedback for my brother Luya Elder. So I think he's trying to justify that those who are advocating for finance bill were wrong, and those who are not for it were right. But we are going back to where we were. We said we have freedom of making decision and freedom of association. Those who are associating with those who are supporting finance bill, by then, that was their choice, and it is covered in our constitution that they make their decision. And there is no way that you will say that, what could we have done? It was their opinion and it was their right. On the other end, you are not for it, you are right. So this case, we We just respect the constitution. Let's make a progress. Thank you.
Thank you. Dog Lover?
Okay, thank you. I want to strictly stick to the topic. The topic was Gachagua right with his utterances urging his supporters to unfollow and not to listen to those musicians? My answer is yes, he was right. One, because he was talking to his followers and he was within his rights to talk to his followers and give direction. Secondly, what was the agenda of those musicians and artists going to meet the vice president? The agenda was to come and sell the policies of the current government, which are wrong. Karango was quoted holding his mic saying that his brother was benefited from SHA of around 460,000 in a mission hospital in Kirinyaga. Those are lies, pure lies. And he was saying that using his influence, he will come to Mount Kenya and talk to the people, giving those testimonies, false testimonies of how SHA is working. So, Gachagua was within his rights, telling the people that these people are being used to come and preach lies to you guys. And so, therefore, if they're not coming to sing to you, if they're not coming to sell what they have, and they're coming to sell the government of the day with lies, then you should not listen to them. You should not go to their concerts. Thirdly,